Right, when I'm at the tag end, at the very end of the seam, get a piece of scissors, cut it off, and now I'm just going to do some overhand knots, probably 3, just to make sure everything is secure. I'm not even sure if this is the right knot to do, but it seems to get the job done. Alright, so we got the hat all cut out, the top of the hat, and I wanted to make sure that the guard hairs are all standing up and facing to the front. Okay, so now I'm trying to decide where I'm putting the band. Okay, so I'm not sure if you're going to be able to get a good shot here. I have guard hairs at the very front of this. Let's see if I can get a wider shot here. So I got guard hairs right at the front. Okay, so you'll see where the band is. There's no seam right in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to want this right in the middle. Let's see if I can get a good shot here. So I want the guard hairs to basically meet at the seam. Okay, I want the guard hairs to meet. You're not going to be able to probably see this anyways as it is, but once the top and the sides are all sewn together, I think this will come a little closer. Right now I'm measuring where half is. So I want to be able to line up exactly where half is going to be. Half should be right about there. So right now I want to make sure that halfway is exactly middle where I'm going to be sewing this part. Okay, and then it should meet up right at the very, very end of the hat. Alright, now I'm just figuring out where the center of the guard hairs are at the top of the hat here. So I'm going to guess probably right there. So I've marked it right at the very top, right there. And this is going to meet up with this mark right over here. Just so all the guard hairs line up in an even row. I'm about ready to attach the top of the hat to the rim of the hat, so right now I'm just stuffing out as much hair down to the hat as possible. And now I'm going to attach the top. And this doesn't seem to be an easy task. So I'm just going to kind of jam as much fur in as I go. And just kind of stuff it in as best I can. This coyote hair is real long. It is what it is, I guess, so not a big deal. This is going to be a really warm hat. Alright, once I got the front end sewed up, just because it was a little bit easier, I waited to draw these little marks here, just to correspond where the rim of the hat meets the top of the hat. But you can see right here, and along the sides here, just where little marks are going to be meeting, where I want to make sure that these lines meet when I'm sewing. Yeah, all along the edges over here, and you can see these guys over here as well. Here's the hat all sewn up. So now basically is the moment of truth to see whether or not everything's aligned properly. Look how huge that is. I gotta pan out. That's as far as I can pan out, actually. Yeah, that is ginormous. And that's exactly how I would want it to look. That is hilarious. So yeah, so far it looks really good. So gonna have to keep going. I got the ear flaps all cut out now. First I made the template for the ear flaps. Here's the template. I had to cut the middle portion in half just so that I had enough fur. I was running out of fur and I needed to be able to cut these two pieces in half. Basically they're remnant fur pieces that were at the end of the Coyote. There's a little bit of color deviation from the ear flaps and blending into this one, but it's not the end of the world. This one's pretty good, but the main key was making sure that all the fur was going in one direction, because with the hat itself, this is the back of it, I do believe this is the back, so all the fur needed to be going down in the same direction as the ear flaps. So basically all that I need to be doing now is sewing it up. Ear flaps are all sewed up to the backing, and now it's time to attach the ear flaps and the backing to the hat. So how am I going to be doing this? Let's see if I can get it onto camera. So I know that this is the back, the very, very back of the ear flaps. Okay, I know this is the back of the hat, so I'm going to line this up seam to seam, which is pretty convenient, which is nice. And then I'm going to mark it all out with a marker all the way along and start sewing. Alright, this is going to be a long one, but thank goodness I love sewing. Ear flaps are attached and the backing. And now we'll just flip it out and see how it turned out. Alright, here it is, folks. The hat in all its glory. It is humongous. I can pretty much say that this is going to be the warmest hat on the planet. In fact, I think it's going to be a little bit too warm in certain respects to the interior. I had originally planned to put the belly as an interior. I still may do it. It's just when I try the hat on, it's a perfect fit as it is. So if I wanted to put this fur on the inside, which is, I wouldn't say it's horribly thick, I still might be able to get away with it, because I really would like to put that in there. But it may be, one, too hot, two, it might be too tight on my head. I should have almost have extended the diameter of my head instead of 1 inch, 2 inches. Just for that comfort allowance for the lining. So I have to see what I want to do here. Either way, it'll be great. You know, whether it's putting some suede in there or, you know, some other fabrics that's a little thinner than the underbelly of the Coyote. But so I'm just gonna have to figure that out and see what I want to do there. Yeah. Till then, I'm going to seal these edges up. I got some tear mender that I'm going to be putting in all the seams, just to make sure that these seams aren't going anywhere. This sewing string that I did use, it's like a waxed string from this sewing awl, so I cannot see this ever breaking. But I'll take you through the gluing of it and then the interior of the hat as well.